I want you to first know that this is a fake background. And welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you basically the tricks and hacks on creating my first video, the video you saw on YouTube. So I'm going to take you through like the whole process editing with Premiere Pro, and I'm going to take you through the whole process of editing with CapCut. I'm going to show you how I created my first video. Now the truth is that creating my first video, I used both the Premiere Pro and the CapCut. I want you to first know that this is a fake background. Secondly, I want you to know how I got to fix my audio in 2 minutes. So if you stay tuned on this channel, I'm going to show you another thing thirdly, which is, listen, this audio background was created by me in less than 25 minutes. Whether you are a creative person or not, I'm going to unlock your potentials. I'm going to show you a whole lot that you can do, and I'm going to take you through all the process. I'm going to break it down. Like I said, even the dumbest of men will learn. I'm going to be using the CapCut, and I'm also going to be using the Premiere Pro. But we're going to start off with the Premiere Pro. Sometimes many of you open your Premiere Pro and you're like, hey, my God, what is this? It's a software. So some people are running away from it because they feel it's a complex digital workstation, to edit your video. You do not need high-tech gears to start. I do this with my phone, and I have a camera as well. I do it with my phone just to show you that you can actually start with your phone creating wonderful content, excellent content. And I'm going to show you how to do this excellently, not just do it anyhow. So I'm going to show you the extra things I do to create excellent videos. And if you stay tuned, I promise you, you're going to enjoy every bit of it. Again, if you get confused anywhere, please remember that I have a community on WhatsApp and on Telegram. So it doesn't end here. And if you have questions, please do well to ask me. I respond promptly. Do well to ask me in the comment section, and do well to tell me where you need my help. If you feel this video is also too fast, you can pace it down. You can as well do the pause and play. And please, for every assignment that I try to give to you, or for every task I try to give to you, please do well to execute it. In doing that, you're going to unlock your creative potentials. You're even going to have a lot of questions to ask me, and you're going to do extremely well for yourself. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Let's dive into the video tutorials. So hello guys, good day and welcome to today's tutorial once again. So I assume by now that you've installed your Adobe Premiere Pro, and you have also installed your Adobe Media Encoder, and as well installed your CapCut. Now, if you do not have the Adobe Premiere Pro or the Adobe Media Encoder, please use the link in the description below to join the Telegram group and request for it. It's going to lead you to the Telegram group where I'm going to share you the file. And you also need to check if your system meets the specification. I also have another post where I showed if your system meets the specification for Adobe Premiere Pro. This is what the screen looks like when you open your Adobe Premiere Pro for the first time. You're seeing recent here on my own screen because these are projects that I have been working on prior to this time, and this is the new project, an open project. This is the one you're going to click, the new project, to create a new project, open project to open an existing project. So but we're going to be using the new project. You open new project, and when you open it, you fill in the name of your project. You as well look at below where it says location. This is where your project is being stored. And when you click on the browse, it leads you straight into the folder, or it directs you to where you want to save it. So you're going to choose where you want to save it. As for me, I'm okay with where it's being saved, so I'm just going to cancel.
Leave every other thing the same way it is. Below where you see video rendering and playback, it's your dedicated graphics card and also the graphics card of your system. I will always advise you to have a system that has its own dedicated graphics card. It makes your work faster and it helps you to process the graphics faster. So once you're done, click on OK, and once you click on OK, it's going to lead you into the workflow interface of the Adobe Premiere Pro. Now we're quickly going to look at the workflow interface of the Adobe Premiere Pro. Up here where you see these tabs: learning, assembly, editing, effects. So all these tabs you see here are tabs that are customized by Adobe Premiere Pro to work or to function with this particular item. Say it's a color you want to work with. When you click on the color tab, it brings out a customized template that works solely for coloring, or that gives you more space to play around colors. If you do the same thing for audio, it gives you a customized template to work more with audio. The same thing with graphics. So but for me, I'm going to use the effects. I'm using the effects because it gives me a customized template that shows me every other effect just by the right hand side of my screen. So every other effect, be it essential graphics, this the graphics here is there, be it color is there, be it audio is there. So that's the reason we're going to be using the effects tab. I want you to look at the project screen. This is the place where you import all the files you want to work with, be it your audio, be it your videos, be it graphics, pictures. This is where you import them. And when you extend it a little more, you see that there is still some more, which is a folder and another button that shows for other functionalities. So let's quickly bring in our videos into this place. You can right click and then do import. But the shortest cut and what I always like is to find my videos. I know where my videos are, so I go to this place where I saved my videos, which is IMOLE Upscale. I open them and I can drag them into that place. Click all of them, then drag it, come down to your Premiere Pro here, bring it into this place. Still holding down your left button and just moving your cursor like you're holding down your left button on your mouse, be it a desktop or a laptop. You drag the video into this place, into your project screen, and release it. It's going to import it into that place. Okay, so like I said, the project screen is where you get to import and organize the videos or the raw files that you want to work on. You can actually now put on this folder which is called new bin. You can click on it to create, let me say, raw videos. Now these raw videos, the terminology is used by cinematographers or editors is rushes, so I can put rushes or raw video, anyone. Then I'm going to highlight these things by holding my shift button and maybe going up or holding the control button and clicking on all of them. Then I'm going to drag it into this folder. To drag anything, it is already there. Once I click on this button, it's going to minimize it. This one wasn't taken in, so I can put it in as well. Now click and drag is what you're majorly going to be using in putting effects here. Click and drag simply means that you hold down your left button while clicking on that thing, then use your mouse to hover into any place you want to drop that thing. Now I'm going to bring in my audio effects if I wish to have one, and I'm also going to bring in my audio soundtrack. So let's go into the next screen, which is the source monitor. This is where you get to preview what you're working on here. There are other things that comes with it as well. So the source monitor is this top left, which you're seeing, and the source monitor is where you view and trim your raw files. So you can view and trim your raw files before bringing it into the timeline. The timeline is where you actually go to work, or if you have a knowledge of farming, this is the place where you cultivate and put your manure and everything. This is the place where you give your commands. This is the place where everything you are giving command here, this is where it displays or where it takes effect. So you can actually change your workspace like I showed you. Some of you might start off editing and you start making mistakes. You go to Windows. Please, when you start making mistake, maybe you mistakenly drag this here. You see what I did now? Some of you, this is what has stopped you from using Premiere Pro, because you feel that this thing is complex. But there is a shortcut to this. Go to Windows. Just in case you start trying things and it's not working, go to Workspaces. Reset to save the layout. Another shortcut to this is Alt-Shift-0 and it brings it back. So this is it. Windows, Workspaces, you save. This is it. Alt-Shift-0. So you're going to press the Alt key, holding it down, Shift key and 0. So I want to adjust this again because I like to have my project screen a little more displayed. Now these are your tools. These tools is very important you understand these tools. You're going to be trying more of these tools. This is your select tool. Once you hover on them, it shows you this is your track select forward tool. We are going to look at all these tools in details, but we are basically going to look at the ones that we are going to be using more frequently. We are still going to look at everything. Now, like I said, if I want to start working on my files, I'm going to bring my videos into this place, or I'm going to preview them. I said this source screen is where you preview. So when you double click, you can actually preview. This is me, okay, and this is the video, right? So this is my video, and guys, I can choose to bring this video. That is why I said that this place is where you get to cut or trim the part you need and then put it into your timeline. So guys, I've imported my video, and this is my video here. These are the video clips that I shot, my intro video. And you're thinking of going to buy background and everything. I told you prior to this time that you don't need high-tech gears to actually start creating your wonderful contents. And so I'm going to show you how I also remove this background. You can do it both here on Adobe Premiere Pro and on your CapCut. So let's quickly look at how I started editing my video basically. Then I told you you can actually choose or cut a part where you want on this video. Let's watch.
Sophisticated gadgets or gears to be able to do the things I'm doing. So you can simply do this just as I'm doing with my phone, and my phone is neither an iPhone nor a Samsung. So this is me telling you that you can start from where you are and you can become excellent. So it's not about the gadgets, it's about the person and the knowledge that you have.
So if I want to stop here now and the knowledge that you have, I'm going to go press here because this is where I want to start. I'll move my cursor to this place. I press an I. That is where it shows me that mark. And this place where I stop, I press an O. So that I is in point and O is out point. So this is where I press the I. I move my cursor here and I pressed I. And then I moved it to where I wanted it to stop and I press O. I'm going to drag this into this place, into this timeline, right? This is where you get to trim your videos and choose a selected part that you want to be played in your video. So I've brought this in. Let's play it here. So this is it here, okay? And I need you to understand something. These are your tools, your work tools that you're majorly going to be using. And here now, these functionalities that you see by this left hand side in your timeline, in your timeline screen, indicate some things. You can actually, this is a lock button, like to lock it on so that you don't move anything on that particular layer. This eye you're seeing here speaks of your eye as well, what you see. So those things are videos. Those are the videos, while the M and the S you see shows that it is audio, you know, mute and solo. Again, on this your source monitor, once I click on this video and I drag, it drags the video and the audio together. If what I want is just the audio, I can drag only the audio, If you only the video is what you want, you can drag it. Okay, so drag only the video. You see that there is no audio beneath this. Drag only the audio. You see that this is just an audio. Whenever you make a mistake, Ctrl Z is undo, Ctrl Shift Z is redo. Take note of these shortcuts. Again, this is my video which I want to work on. So if I am working on it and I press this mute, I can't hear what the video is saying. I won't be able to hear anything. But once I unmute it, this is what happens.
I'm doing with my phone, and my phone is
so you can see this audio meter track reading. You can see this audio meter reading whenever I unmute. It shows that it's actually working now. Again, another of the shortcuts that you should take note of is the zoom in and zoom out, which is plus for zoom in, minus for zoom out. So you can zoom in to actually see what you're doing very, very well. And remember, like I told you guys, that these are your tools. This is your select tool. This is your cut tool, which you'll be using majorly. This is your text tool, which you can also get from this essential graphics, your text tool. Basically, it's just to write something on your video. So I'm going to take you through this. Let's see how we go about this. This is the video we selected now. I just want to work on this, and maybe I'm going to take another one. I don't want it to be lengthy, so let's go. Let's play it.
Or gears to be able to do the things I'm doing. So you can simply do this just as I'm doing with my phone.
And for your information, whenever your video is reading on your audio meter here,
my phone is
and showing this kind of a sign, like showing these red signs, it simply means that your audio is clipping and it's not good. It's going to sound bad. So you can tackle this from the moment you start recording your video. It's always good to sort this out when you're recording your video. That's why I said that this is my video wasn't properly recorded, the audio wasn't properly recorded. But what I can simply do is to right click on that thing and reduce the volume. Audio gain, I can make it -6 so that it doesn't clip. Okay, now after I have taken this clip, I want to take something else. Let's play this again.
That you have. So any gadget takes the shape. So this is me telling you that any gadget that you get outside there, whatever gadget you get outside there, is going to take the form of the person who is handling it. So it's just like water. It takes the shape of the container. So
I'm going to take this video from this place where I said
water. It takes the shape. So it's just like water.
So I'm going to take it from here.
You get outside there, it's going to take the form of the person who is handling it.
So I'm going to take it from here now. In I is the in point. That is where I want it to start from. O is the out point where I want it to stop. So let's play.
Water. It takes the shape of the container. So this is me.
Now I'm going to start from. This is me. I'm going to take in. This is where I want to start in.
So this is me asking you to do well, to subscribe, get notified, so that this container will be properly built. It takes the shape.
So let's
just like water. It takes the shape of the container. So this is me asking you to do well, to subscribe, get notified, so that this container will be properly built. And even
I'm going to cut at this point, out point, because I made some mistake, some bloopers there, which I'm still going to show you later on. And I'm going to drag it because I want to drag the audio and video. That's why I'm dragging it. I'm going to click on this place where I have my image, like where it's being displayed. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to drag. I'm dragging the audio and video. Notice that when I click on it and I drag a little, it changes. And then I'm going to drag it down into my timeline. I'm going to keep it here. Okay? And I'm going to play.
So it's not about
remember our audios, we reduced it to -6 decibels because we do not want it to be clipping.
The person and the knowledge that you have, just like water, it takes the shape of the container. So this is me asking you to do well, to subscribe, get notified, so that this container will be properly built.
Will be properly built. Now, even here, if I don't want this remaining part, I can actually hover on my video and it shows me this red sign, which shows that I can actually trim this in, or I can trim the other part out like this. So I stop here, so it just stops like remember, anytime you're working on something and it gets to the end, your cursor is going to move and start playing back from the beginning. So I'm going to move it to this place, zoom in very well so that I'll know where to cut. Properly built. I want to stop at this point and I'm going to bring it down to this place. So we just want to work with this clip, just this short clip like this.
Do this just as I'm doing with my phone, and my phone is neither an iPhone nor a Samsung. So this is me telling you that you can start from where you are and you can become excellent. So it's not about the gadget.
Now you see I repeated so on this video so much, and I'm going to remove the so if I don't want to have it there. I want to, by doing some of these things, use these two so that you see what we're actually doing. One of the things you're going to be using really well is the select tool and the cut tool in this Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm going to check on this razor tool. You can click it, or you can use the shortcut, which is C. Now, to know any shortcut of anything inside here, just hover on these tools and it's going to show you that the select tool is V, the ripple tool is Y, and then the rolling tool is going to show you. So this is C if I want to start cutting. And take note that when you do it, you see that the cursor changes. I am going to cut where I said so. Now, when I cut, listen, I've cut this video. Let us play and listen.
It's not about the gadgets. It's about, you can start from where you are and you can become excellent. So it's not.
I don't want this so at this point.
Excellent. So
I'm going to zoom in, and you can actually zoom in horizontally and vertically. If you want to zoom in horizontally, you can just look at these buttons here. You can just drag it down, and then I'm going to push this, or I'm going to cut this. This is the so. This is the audio that says so. I'm going to cut it. I've cut it now. So I'm going to cut this place as well. Use my V to select. That is, click on V to get your select tool. And I'm going to delete this. Now, if you want to delete this and cover up this space, it's called ripple delete, which means to delete and delete the space. So you can either, if you delete now, just delete. You see that there is a space here. But if you want to delete and cover up, you press, let's go back again. You click on this, use your shift and delete button. So it ripples delete, it deletes it and it covers the space up immediately.
Excellence is not about the gadgets, it's about the person and the knowledge.
So this is it.
You that you can start from where you are and you can become excellent. It's not about.
Now you notice that when he said, and you can become excellent, that there was an audio glitch here at this point. When he said excellent, there was an audio glitch at this point. And what I'm simply going to do is, when I hear, because there is still some element of the so there. So I'm going to go to these my effects, and I'm going to bring in audio transition, I'm going to bring in an exponential fade. I'm going to bring in this fade here. Okay, you see that the fade looks like it's big. It's because I zoomed in. So I'm going to bring in this fade here. I can bring it so that it can fade in from this one into this one by keeping it in between the two of them. But I'm going to keep it, yes, let me keep it in between the two of them. Then I'm going to zoom out. You watch that this exponential fade is too much. So I'm going to bring it in by dragging, clicking and dragging. Just hover over that exponential fade, drag it in. Now, if you want to drag just one part of it, you can as well do that by pressing your shift button, whether it's the left or the one on the right. if you click your shift button, it only drags that particular one. Watch, it only drags this particular one. You can zoom in to see it very well. It only drags this particular one, okay? Because I do not want this sound. Now I want you to look at what it's going to sound like.
And you can become excellent. It's not about.
So you see, and you can become excellent.
Excellent is not about.
The idea here is to make you an excellent person, to pay attention to details. It's not just okay, let's just be editing, and then you just do anyhow. So I'm shifting it. Like I told you, I pay attention to details very, very well.
Excellent is not about.
So look at it.
Excellent is not about the God. Excellent is not about the God.
Can you see it now?
About.
Let's go again.
Excellent is not.
So if there is a if there is still that element of or you hear that element of you can actually still bring this in a little more. Just make sure it's not going to cover up on a vital clip.
It's not about.
You understand? If I still have some element of I can still bring it in. And you hear?
Excellent is not about the gadgets. It's about the person.
So drag your cursor back there again, just in case.
Excellent is not about.
Okay, guys.
Excellent is not about the gadgets. It's about the person and the knowledge you have. Just like water, it takes.
Now, you notice something, that there was like a kind of a bloop here at this point. It means that there is still some. So if you didn't zoom in, you won't be able to see that there is a little space here, and that's why you have something like that. You see it? So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to bring this thing to snap here. Now, some of you might be wondering, oh, where is the snap? Where is the snap? I'm going to show you, please. This thing here is your snap button. The idea is that when it comes to another clip, it can easily just snap or just get to that place without having to hover on this or without having to cover some elements of your other video. So it has snapped.
Just like what?
You see that there is no like a kind of a blink there again.
Excellent is not about the gadgets. It's about the person and the knowledge that you have. Just like water, it takes the shape of the container. So this is me asking you to do well, to subscribe, get notified, so that this container will be properly built.
So this container will be properly built. I can stop there, or I can still choose to take something from here. Okay.
Gadgets, or even the smallest of gadgets, or even the list of gadgets can be able to take it.
So guys, I'm going to take this part and I'm going to put it here again. I need you to understand that this in point and out point is also works in this timeline. So if you want to export, you don't want to export everything. You want to export from a particular place, which is your in point. You go there with your mouse, hover there with your mouse, and press the I. Then hover to the end point where you need to stop and press the O. Now, I want you to know something, that this is the basic editing that you need to get yourself acquainted with. If you're using Premiere Pro for the first time, these tools, you need to get yourself acquainted with them. So, we've cut our videos. This is where you have majority of your work, cutting your video to the shape you want, what you want, how you want them to move.
So that this
okay,
container will be properly built. Even the
so that this container will be properly built. Okay, so I'm going to
so
play.
that this container will be properly built.
And you see there's still another space here, so I'm going to move this.
Even the
So I can choose to adjust these the more.
or even
So
or even
I want to adjust this. I don't want the or even. I just want even the. So we'll go with
even the
okay. That's just what I wanted. So I can do
even the
and as well adjust it a little more and get something like
even the
now. I can get my exponential fade again and put it here so that I can take out some part of those, because if you don't do this, you're going to be hearing like tip tip tip, like the tick tick sound sometimes on your video. Now listen.
even the
So you see that there are no tick sound.
even the
Okay, so I'm going to click on this empty space and ripple delete, shift delete, so that it brings it close and it snaps it to the other one.
even the list of gadgets can be able to take a good form in your hand.
You can simply do this just as I'm doing with my phone, and my phone is neither an iPhone nor a Samsung. I'm telling you, you do not need sophisticated gadgets or gears to be able to do the things I'm doing. So you can simply do this just as I'm doing with my phone, and my phone is neither an iPhone nor a Samsung. So this is me telling you that you can start from where you are and you can become excellent. It's not about the gadgets, it's about the person and the knowledge that you have. Just like water, it takes the shape of the container. So this is me asking you to do well, to subscribe, get notified, so that this container will be properly built, that even the list of gadgets can be able to take a good form in your hand.